Hey guys, for those that just joined in, we're just giving you guys a few more minutes for other people to join in the meeting. So thank you guys so much for being here. We're going to start with a brief intro. Kelsey, I'm going to have you introduce yourself in a little bit because you're so talented, and you know your background is so diverse that I want to make sure I don't forget anything, and I think you know yourself best. So that's why I'm going to have you introduce yourself in just a few moments. Also, you guys, at the end of this Zoom meeting, Kelsey is going to pick one winner. She's going to have a one-on-one with them and kind of give you a bio makeover. This is something that is amazing, and I'm so glad she's doing it because your bio is what's going to land you those brand deals. That's what companies look at the beginning, not necessarily your followers, but if agencies are looking to work with influencers, the first thing they look at is their bio. And you just don't want a basic bio. You want a bio that's going to set you apart and make you stand out. So that's my intro for you guys. And also, if you guys don't know me, my name is Ghinwa. I am the founder of the Influencer Lab. I am a content creator and influencer myself as well. So I'm really excited to be able to kind of have these informative Zoom meetings for you guys during quarantine. Okay. I feel so awkward if I just go silent to give people time to join in. But I think what we'll do, go ahead and Kelsey, just introduce yourself right now, and then as people are joining in, I'll just, keep an eye on that and I'll accept them into the chat. So go for it.
Perfect. Sounds great. Well, hi, Influencer Lab people. I'm Kelsey Formost. I am a copywriting expert and a mental health advocate. And what that means is I help entrepreneurs learn how to write words that sell without going crazy. So I like to explain copywriting like this, if you don't know what it is. It's not the little C in the circle. That's a common misconception. Copywriting is anywhere that you have words that portray your brand or your business. Copywriting is writing that is aimed to encourage people to take a desired action. So that could be like, subscribe, buy, any action you want your reader to take. There are methods and formulas for your writing, and you don't have to be a writer to learn them, that can help your audience take the action that you want them to take by the end of them reading your website, your social posts, your bio, what have you. So that's a little overview of what copywriting is. I also, Gwenwa mentioned she wanted me to touch a little bit on my background. I had 10 plus years of experience as an actress and a screenwriter. So I come at helping entrepreneurs and especially influencers and content creators from a place of storytelling, because that's what I love. That's the core of what I love, is helping people tell their stories. And as it so happens, if you base how you present yourself to the world through stories, you are going to connect with more people in an authentic way, and you're going to land more brand partnerships. Storytelling is at the core of everything. So it's a really interesting path that I took, but it led me to this place, and I'm so happy with where I'm at now. I wear a lot of hats.
I'm telling you, she is multi-talented, you guys.
Well, this is particularly relevant to the Influencer Lab audience. I am actually also the director of content strategy for an influencer marketing platform. So for the last 8 months, I have been in the thick of it, behind the scenes, seeing exactly what brands are searching for and also how they're searching. That is the biggest thing that I think a lot of creators don't realize, is how people are searching for you and how they're finding you. And what we're going to go over today is how to write an Instagram bio that's going to almost act like SEO, search engine optimization, for these influencer marketing platforms, so that you're making it as easy as freaking possible for people to find you.
Let's do it. That was a great intro. I am super impressed. You guys, just based off the participants, let us know in the chat if you are a business owner or you are an influencer, just to make sure that we're addressing everyone that is on the live chat today. Cool. All right, let's explain to us.
Yeah.
Explain to us exactly how all this thing works. What do we need to have on our bios? How do agencies find us? All these things.
Oh yeah. Okay. So first things first, I'm a huge nerd and I made a visual aid. So I wrote down just some basic things because I find it helpful to follow along with reading. I know a lot of people do. So what we're going to go over first is what to do before you even start writing your bio. First, I want to address a very common misconception. We're going to bust this myth right up out of here. You should absolutely set your Instagram profile to business or creator. It's a myth that doing that lowers your engagement. That is absolutely not the case. And in fact, if you are not a business or a creator profile, it makes it 80% harder for a brand or an agency to find you. So, because the way that influencer marketing platforms work is they have access to sort of the behind the scenes data. But if you are a personal profile, that data is not available. So you're literally, it's almost like you're set to private. So become a creator or a business profile, step 1. Step 2, I love doing this. I think this is really fun. I list 3 to 5 competitors or people that I'm a fan of who are in my same space. I go to Instagram, I copy and paste their bios next to each other in a Word document, and I see, and this happens every time, you'll see that there are keywords that are going to pop up. You're going to see commonalities between those 3 to 5 profiles of people that you're already a fan of. Steal the keywords because they're working. They're working for them, and that means that they can work for you. The third thing before you start writing your bio is to remember, I'm very sorry to tell you, your bio is not about you. Your bio is about your ideal customer. So if you haven't done the homework yet, you should have what's called your ideal customer avatar. An avatar just means a character. Like, you know, when you get on your video game and it's like the person who's like hovering there, that's an avatar. You're making your own character of your ideal customer. So your ideal customer avatar should match what you see in your analytics of your Instagram profile. So say your ideal customer is female, 24 to 35, lives on the West Coast. You should be able to go into your Instagram analytics or insights, I forget exactly what it's called these days, and make sure that that matches. So all of this before you even start your bio. We good? Let's see who's on here.
We're good.
This is great. I love business owners.
We have people from someone from Spain tuning in as well, which is so cool.
All the way from Spain. Hola.
So yeah, we definitely have both business owners and influencers that are tuning in today. So we'll definitely address both.
Absolutely. And hey, business owners, guess what? You are influencers.
That's true.
It's important. I think that the word influencer has so much, I don't know, baggage, would we say? Everyone's an influencer. If you have an opinion, you're an influencer. So, surprise. Okay, so now what I'm going to talk about, now that we've done our homework, we are going to talk about the name field. I devoted an entire visual aid to this because what a lot of influencers don't realize is that the heaviest weighted thing that brands and agencies are searching is actually your name field. It's not necessarily the bio space underneath your name. It's those 30 characters, and you don't want to simply state your name unless you're a celebrity or like someone who is already very well known. That is an excellent opportunity to put a keyword into your bio, and that if you can, you want the keyword to be the very first thing in your name. The reason for that is when you look at like the long list of followers on somebody's profile, you only see, yes, there are 30 characters in your name, but you only see the first 15. So you want to be immediately clear who you are and what you do. So for example, my profile, my name is copy expert - Kelsey Formost. So I put that so that people know immediately, oh, she's a copy expert. So name field is important. And you have those 30 characters. You're going to use keywords. Okay. So when I say keywords and SEO, what I mean, I feel like such a teacher right now. I feel like a mom doing homeschool with her kids. But hey, if you're a mom doing homeschool with your kids, not all heroes wear capes. Okay, so SEO means search engine optimization. You're just making it as easy as possible for people to search for and find you. That's where the keywords come in. I'm going to teach you guys 3 places, hidden places that you have access to. They don't cost any money to find keywords. The first one is Google. You're going to type in your business or your niche into Google. You're going to look at the top ranked things that pop up, and you're going to pick out keywords. Put those keywords in your bio. The second place is Pinterest. A lot of people forget that Pinterest is an excellent search engine when you're looking for words, not just photos. So go on Pinterest, type in your niche or your job or what you're hoping to pivot to. And the first page of pins is going to have the pins that keep getting saved over and over, which means that's what people are searching for. Finally, and this is my favorite one, and I use this a lot for email subject lines as well, pro tip, go to the Kindle store on Amazon. When you go to Amazon.com, there's a way to filter searching Kindle books, which is ebooks. Type in your niche or your business or what you're hoping to, what kinds of content you're hoping to share, and treat the first 10 books that come up as keyword optimization. For example, and phrases, not just words, but phrases. So for example, I'm a copywriter. I type in copywriting into the Kindle store. The first 5 books have the phrase write words that sell. That tells me that people are responding to that. I take that nugget and I put it smack dab on my website. It's also the very first thing on my Instagram bio. So that's an example of how we do that. Okay, so you got Google, you got Pinterest, you got the Kindle store. So you've got your keywords. Now, where do we put the keywords? What do we do with them?
I did not think of Kindle store at all.
Yeah, it's a really, really great tool for if you're trying to write like a headline and you really want to make sure that it's going to get a lot of eyes on it. Like say you're launching a course or you have a new paid offer, or even say you're like a luxury fashion influencer. You want to know what people are already searching for. The Kindle store is like my favorite secret hidden gold mine that I go to all the time.
I'm just going to type up, basically you said Google, Kindle store, and what was the other one?
Pinterest.
Yes.
Yes. And yeah, again, I think people don't realize that Pinterest it's a search engine, and it's a great resource for words because it's what people are already looking for. Pinterest is a huge traffic driver too.
It is absolutely. And I don't think people realize that. Yeah.
Okay. Love it. Oh, hi everybody. Oh, this is so great. You think I'm cute? Shucks. I think you're cute. Okay. Okay, now that we have our keywords and we have our name figured out, we're going to talk about what actually goes in the 150 characters of the bio itself. Numero uno, since it's Cinco de Mayo. Remember, your bio is not about you. It's about your ideal customer. So the very first thing on your bio is going to be what you're offering, not who you are, what you're offering. That means another way to think of that is, why is somebody going to follow you? Now, you might be wondering, well, what does that have to do with the brand, right? Like, if I am trying to get a brand to notice me, why focus on my customer? Because brands are looking for you because they want access to your customers. So the best brand partnerships are the ones that are based in them wanting your audience, not wanting you, wanting your audience, because your audience is the one who's going to be clicking through, who's going to be buying their stuff. So it's just a different way of thinking of it, but it's the most successful brand partnerships come from a place of them wanting access to your followers, not to your content. Does that make sense?
It does. So Kelsey, let's just give an example. For instance, let's say you are a fashion influencer. What's an example of what you can put on there, what you're offering? Is it something like affordable style or luxury style? Can you just give us a quick example?
Absolutely. So say you're a fashion influencer. Great. Dial it down, find your niche, right? Let's say that you are into classic with a twist, or like vintage with a twist. That is going to speak to a very specific audience member who is like, oh, I like to feel classic with a twist. I like to feel like updated vintage. That person is going to be very likely to purchase from a brand like Draper James. Draper James would be like classy with a twist. I'm not a fashion influencer, so forgive me if I'm misspeaking. But the brand aesthetic matches your ideal customer. And so they are going to be like, ooh, classic. The brand is going to be like, ooh, classic with a twist. That's totally our people. Those people are going to be way more likely to buy Draper James than someone who is eco-friendly Earth Mama. Mm-hmm. That's going to be more, Prana or Everlane. Like, it's, those brands are searching for the same keywords that your ideal audience is searching for.
Another example, you guys, that an influencer, her name is Kathleen Barnes. I'm not sure if any of you know who she is, but she has, the first line in her bio is bringing attainable luxury to your closet. So that's another example if you're a fashion influencer. So she shares a lot about, items that look luxurious, but maybe don't break, the bank. So that's a very good phrase to have on there. Yasmin, I hope that was a little helpful. I know you're definitely into fashion and luxury as well.
Yes, that's great. That's exactly my point. That remember that who you're speaking to are not just your buyers, they're the brand's buyers. And so when you say attainable luxury brands are going to get triggered by that phrase. And especially like Rent the Runway would be a perfect example of somebody who would be like attainable luxury. So that is, and attainable is a keyword. So absolutely, Quinoa proved my point. That's perfect. Yeah. So speak to your customer, and if you're speaking to your customer, you're speaking to your ideal brand partnerships too. Okay. This is especially important for you business owners. Trust. You want to have an element of trust or expertise or social proof in your bio. That immediately lets brands know that you know what you're talking about. You're a pro. You're not going to post and ghost. It also will help, again, for you entrepreneur types and business owners, trust is so crucial, because if people don't trust you, they're not going to invest in you. So trust and social proof. Another thing that you should have in there is a human element. You don't want to sound like a LinkedIn profile. As much as I love LinkedIn, this is not your resume. You can have a wink to something that you enjoy. Jenna Kutcher is an excellent example of this. She talks about mac and cheese literally everywhere. That has nothing to do with being a business consultant, but everybody knows she loves mac and cheese, and it makes us love her. So that's a great example of a human element.
I was actually on the same flight as her coming to Maui because she lives in Maui, and we spent 10 hours together from New York. She was really sweet, super kind. She like held my daughter. Yeah. Jenna Kutcher, you guys, another, the Gold Digger podcast is a great, it's a great podcast for you guys to listen to. Before we move on, Kelsey, Nicole's asking, she's also an influencer, and she's asking what would be the best form of having that trust factor in her bio.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's a really great question. I would put something, are you a blogger, or if you've ever had a blog, that's something that can do social proof, because if anything that you've been doing for an extended period of time would be great. Also, if you've ever had any press as an influencer, you can say featured in at whatever, or trusted by at a brand, something that shows that that's somebody at some point
trusted by, and then you can mention a few brands that you know you're proud of collaborating with. Now that could be a little risky too, because you might if there's any future collaborations with a brand that's a competitor to the brand that you listed on your bio, that could be a little tricky. So we got to watch out for that. But as Kelsey said, a blog as well would show your expertise, especially if you've been blogging for a while. And yeah, I think that's, anything else, Kelsey?
Yeah, absolutely. And also your social proof can lead into your call to action, which we're going to get to in a second. But your social proof could be something like, read my top blog posts. The fact that you say top means that, oh, she has more blog posts than just the top blog posts. Or see my features on my website. What about just simply posting something people can relate to you? Like a human element, absolutely you want to be relatable for sure.
And I think mentioning that you're a mom, correct me if I'm wrong, Kelsey, is that enough if you say you're a mom on your bio, like mom of two, or okay?
Absolutely, that's absolutely a human element. Yes, something specific about you. Exactly. It can be a fun fact. It can be something silly. I had Harry Potter in my bio for a long time. Yeah, anything that just where you let people in a little bit, whether it's silly or whether it's super meaningful. Yeah, absolutely encourage everybody to do that. Okay, final piece of the puzzle is your CTA, or your call to action. So what you want to do, and again, it's a little bit different if you're an influencer versus a business person. So I'm going to speak first to the business people. One of the biggest misconceptions is that you should just, that you should drive to like a link in bio. You should not. What you should do is you should create your own landing page that is similar to a link in bio, because every time somebody clicks on your Instagram link, that ups your SEO ranking. So if you are missing out on those clicks, then you are literally shooting yourself in the foot, because you could have had all this traffic from people trying to get free downloads or read a blog post or shop something, and it's just going to link in bio instead of to your website, which you can then use to negotiate a better brand deal. So heads up, that's a really, really, that was something that an Instagram coach taught me that like blew my mind. And it is true. I switched over from link in bio to, it's kelseyformost.com/freebies now. And it looks like link in bio, but my SEO, I think, tripled within the first month that I did it, simply because I was driving traffic from Instagram. So don't miss that opportunity.
I'm sorry, what do you mean by link in bio? Do you mean when you mention that on your stories and you tell them go to the link in my bio, or?
I'm glad you asked. No, I mean like the services where like it says like
They're like
Bitly.
Linktree.
Yeah, like Linktree. Exactly like Linktree. Yes. Because when somebody clicks your Linktree, then that traffic is going to Linktree, not to you.
Good tip.
So you're cutting your traffic in half, because then somebody has to go to Linktree to then go to your website versus just one click to your website. So you're going to double your traffic if it's winwazi.com/Mother's Day, what have you. Does that make sense?
That's a very, very good tip. Yeah, absolutely. Another question, what are your thoughts on swipe up links in your highlights?
Do it. I'd say do it. I think that swipe up links in your highlights, as long as it's not a brand partnership link that is going to expire, then I would not do that. Not keep that in your highlights. But if it's something like a blog post that's evergreen, absolutely, I would keep it there. The thing is, the Instagram algorithm is set up in such a way that it is designed to keep people on the app longer. But if you can get that traffic with swipe up links, then that's great, because you can show brands, this is how many swipe ups I have. You can keep accumulating them if they stay in your highlights. And then, yes, collect emails. Yes. Is it Yasmin? That's
Yeah,
awesome.
she's an influencer and a business owner as well that just started a luxury bridal and evening gown company. So
congratulations. That's awesome. And you're absolutely correct, which is my very, very last point, is you want to drive to an email sign up. A lot of people just drive to their homepage, and you're losing the opportunity to reconnect with your audience. If I may hit you with some nerdy statistics, a message is 6 times more likely to be seen in an inbox than it is on social media. You're welcome.
writing that down.
And where was I? Oh yeah, email. And also, a person needs to be exposed to something an average of 7 times before they invest. So that could mean subscribe to your blog. That could mean buy a product from you. That could mean they need to read, for example, they might need to read 7 blog posts before they click an affiliate link. The best way to keep reaching somebody is through their email and through the inbox, because it's almost impossible to guarantee that somebody's going to see 7 of your social posts in a row. So, yep, 6 times more likely to be seen in an inbox than it is on social media. So use that bio link to your advantage, collect those email addresses, and then you can continue to reach out to those people. Also, brands love influencers with email lists for this exact reason. Oh, I can't hear you.
Sorry, I muted myself. Can you share, Kelsey, how do agencies or brands search for influencers?
Yeah. So there's a few different ways. The old school way is manual. They go on Google and they type in keywords and usually location, and they will manually comb through people using hashtags, using keywords, that kind of thing. But that's pretty old school. Most agencies now use an influencer marketing platform. What that means is it's kind of like signing into another social media site, but it's highly filterable and searchable. I mentioned that I'm the director of content strategy for an influencer marketing platform. Our platform's called Tagger. And what we do is we have direct relationships with the social media sites, Instagram, Twitch, Pinterest, YouTube, etc. And we responsibly can see the data of any creator who has a business profile or a creator profile. And agencies who have a membership with us go in like it's a search engine, and they will filter. Like, I want someone who has less than 50,000 followers, who has an engagement rate of 2% or higher, who is female, who lives in Hawaii. It gets really granular. It gets really granular. It gets really specific. And so I think a lot of people are afraid to be specific with their content because they think that they're alienating brands or an audience. But in fact, the opposite is true. The way these brands are finding you is by being hyper specific. So you're going to be able to negotiate a higher rate the more specific you are.
Awesome.
I'm trying to think what else I could share that would be relevant. Favorite influencer marketing platforms. I wish that I could, but I have a non-compete clause. So I highly encourage everybody to go check out Tagger Media. And actually, I was a fan of theirs before I started working for them. That's the honest truth. I happen to think that they are actually the best. They are not a marketplace. I will share with Gwynwa actually how people can opt into the platform. One reason that influencer marketing platforms that aren't marketplaces are nice for brands is because they're kind of in the driver's seat a little bit more, and they're not getting pitched all the time. But it's that's by no means to say that it's not a good idea to pitch brands. You absolutely should.
How do you spell the name of that company?
Tagger. Tagger. Like tag.
And are they like, do they have like opportunities for influencers to go on there and pitch brands, or is it strictly for brands to find influencers?
Influencers can go on and opt into the platform, meaning that you can kind of open the door to brands to contact you, but brands are the ones who make first contact, and agencies as well.
Okay, sounds good. All right.
Yeah, they're great.
Keep going, Kelsey. Floor is yours.
Keep going. Okay. Did I cover all of my? Oh, I have one more. I forgot I had a whole other thing. Okay. Last but not least, the structure of your bio. Because I know a lot of people are like, yeah, but that's so much to fit into 150 characters. I get it. I know. You want to make sure, first and foremost, no pun intended, that you want your bio to be able to be read easily and quickly. So that means don't use a bunch of fancy words. Don't use a ton of emojis. By all means, use emojis, but just keep them relevant and keep it like one per line. You want somebody to look at your bio and get an instant glimpse at how you're serving your audience. Emojis and hashtags, totally. Love it. Keep them. Hashtags are great.
How are hashtags great? Yeah, because I see people who add hashtags on their bio, and I'm not sure how that is beneficial.
So the only reason that is beneficial is if it's a hashtag you're using frequently. Because you know how when you search a hashtag on Instagram and it has the top posts? So if a profile is posting and it has that hashtag in the bio, it shows the algorithm that hashtag is being used a lot by that person. Ergo, it bumps your posts higher in that ranking. We're getting real nerdy here, guys.
I love it. Keep going. This is great.
Real sciencey. Okay, and then we already touched on this, really, the call to action, but the final line of your bio, so if we're talking the structure, this is the very last thing that you say. Literally tell your reader exactly what you want them to do. Don't be clever, like just tell them, click to get your free download. Link to my Mother's Day roundup below. Be super, super clear exactly what you want them to do when they click that link or when they leave your bio. So it's an old copywriting trick. Like, people will do what you tell them to do. And if they're not sure, then they're going to leave. They're going to go somewhere else. You confuse them, you lose them. This is a great question. How often should you change a link on your bio? At least once a month. I would recommend that you change either the link itself or this part, the call to action. So for example, the link in my bio, 9 times out of 10 is kelseyformost.com/freebies. But what is in that freebie link changes monthly. So I'm getting new subscribers every time, because sometimes a freebie might appeal to one person and a different freebie appeals to a different person. You're growing your email list that way. So change either the call to action or the link in your bio at least once a month. No more often than once a week. But once a month is a good rule of thumb. Good question. And then this question, does your profile pop up under that hashtag? So your profile doesn't pop up under the hashtag, but what it does is your posts start to get ranked higher with the hashtag. I hope that makes sense. It won't be like a click here to see the person's bio, but it'll show up if people like follow that hashtag in their feed. Does that make sense? Got it. Great. Great. That's it. That's all I have for my visual aids.
Visual aids are very helpful. Somebody's asking, any thoughts on milkshake.app? I never heard of that.
I don't know Milkshake. I'm sorry.
I never heard of milkshake.app.
No thoughts because I don't know who they are. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll definitely look into it too. See what they offer. Okay, Kelsey, they market having an IG website. Okay.
Great.
Yeah, I'll look into it for sure.
I will say one thing that one place that you guys can look for information that might not already be on your radar is a lot of these influencer marketing platforms actually have really helpful blogs and creator facing content. So if you are just starting out or you're looking to grow and you kind of want to get in that headspace and the perspective, read posts for brands. Like read posts that are geared towards brands or agencies on like how to find influencers or how to build a contract or something. And then you have like a behind the scenes look of what people are looking for.
Definitely. Right now, Kelsey, we're going to have you pick someone from the participants for the free Instagram bio makeover. So one of you guys is going to win a free bio makeover by Kelsey. Once you pick the person, you can go ahead and you two can get in touch with each other after that. A quick side note, me and Kelsey actually worked together prior to me getting pregnant. So I can tell you guys firsthand, she is wonderful. So Kelsey, I'll put all the pressure on you to have you pick a participant.
Okay, guys, I'm closing my eyes. I know the chat is down here somewhere, and I'm just going to point, and whoever my finger's on is the winner. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Keep up with Nicole. Keeping up with Nicole?
Oh, yes. Keep it, Nicole.
Nicole, yeah, queen.
So keeping up with Nicole is actually her Instagram. If you want to jot that down. And then Nicole, also Kelsey is, what's your Instagram, Kelsey?
My Instagram is kelsey.writes.
And what's the best way for her to get in touch with you? Through Instagram DM or email?
Instagram's great. Instagram works great. My website is also kelseyformost.com. It's KelseyFormost. So you can reach me there, see what freebies I've already got so that I can best give you what you need. But yeah, we'll talk, Nicole. You and me, kid. Oh, I forget that there's a chat and that we can type things.
All right, guys, that is it for this week's webinar. Stay tuned for Thursday. We have another one with 4, so you guys can ask them all your questions regarding their marketing platform. Kelsey, thank you so much for doing this for us. This was incredibly helpful. Any last things or suggestions you want to give before we end this?
I would just encourage everybody, influencer, business owner or not, to explore copywriting. I know I'm such an evangelist about it, but the only reason that I keep harping on it is because it's such a useful skill, no matter what business you're in, because no matter what you're doing, you're trying to drive people to take action. So if you want a freebie about what copywriting is and some easy, quick copywriting tricks that you